I love science. Coach Dave Dobbenmeyer, my friend David Arthur, I call him the alphabet man because he's an LBGTQRSTUV kind of guy.
Yes.
He's come out of that lifestyle after 30 years of living as a woman. And Dave, I like science, man. I like science. I think science is important. And I think sometimes we get ourselves in trouble when we get controlled by our emotions rather than by science.
Absolutely.
The purpose of science is to prove something. That's what science tries to do.
Yes.
And the truth of it is, David, we all have 23 pairs of chromosomes, right? 46 of them altogether. You got chromosomes, gave you blue eyes and starting to get gray hair and gave you white skin and made your body at 6'1", 210, whatever it would be. I don't know. That's all in that DNA, isn't it, David? It's all programmed in there. And one of the things that's programmed into that DNA is what they call an XX chromosome, which is
which makes me a man.
A woman. I'm sorry.
A woman.
XX makes you a woman.
Okay, XY.
And an XY
Thank you.
makes you a man. Folks, that's science. That's science, right? So David Arthur, who lived 30 years as a woman, a man living as a woman, the science is if they were to throw David over the hill out here and throw a bunch of dirt on him, and he would lay there 5 years undiscovered by anybody, and then all of a sudden we dig him up one day out there, come across our dogs out there digs up David, we're going to call the police, and the police are going to come, and they're going to take that body, and they're going to take it to the medical examiner, and David, who lived his whole life as Paige, dressed in a dress, they're going to haul his butt down to the medical examiner. What are they going to find, David?
Find that some unidentified male who was found buried in the ground.
He's an XY.
Wow.
He'll never be an X. He'll never be anything but an XY, folks. You can't change that. And listen, come on, we got to be smarter than this. Hey, David, if XX is a female and an XY is a male, what is a lesbian?
An XY.
No.
An XX.
An XX, right?
Yeah, XX.
Because there is no such thing as anything other than a heterosexual, right, David?
God and science have always agreed on there being two genders.
Male and female made he them, right?
Yeah.
So even though some woman feels like she's attracted to women, your feelings will betray you.
Yes, absolutely.
There is no, David, do you have that transgender chromosome?
There is no such chromosome.
There's no chromosome?
No.
There's no transgender chromosome?
Chromosome?
What about a questioning, David? Is there a questioning chromosome inside there?
Absolutely.
No? So we got an X and an X and an X and a Y, even in dogs, even in cats, even in rats, even in bats. The science tells us XX female, XY male. Now, folks, listen. Love is a feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an emotion.
For most people, it should be an action, but everyone wants love to be an emotion, a warm, fuzzy feeling, when it should be an action.
So folks, ask yourself. You'll say, Coach, this is trite. No, this is truth, folks. This is truth. Were you ever in love with somebody before you got married? You couldn't. You just wanted to be around them all the time, and then maybe you got married, and maybe you went 10 years, and then you fell out of love with them. That feeling, you've lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. So therefore, love, sex, sexual gratification, David, it's all feelings.
It is. It absolutely is. And feelings are so deceptive. See, a lot of people don't realize that they're even being deceived, but it wouldn't be called deception if you knew you were being deceived.
Mm-hmm. So for somebody to say, if you could tell me right now, say, you know what, Coach, I feel like a giraffe.
Or I feel like a 4-year-old girl like that 60-year-old man does.
Well, I feel like I want to go into the women's restroom. A lot of guys feel like that, by the way. They want to go into the women's restroom.
Uh-huh.
I'd say to you, David, sorry, man, let me see the plumbing. Let me see the XX before I'm going to let you be a woman. You can't, David, you can't be a female if you be an XY.
Amen.
Right? Folks, this isn't hard. And so what we're talking about is a dysphoria, a person who's confused and is operating on feelings. And we're here to tell you today that there's a way out of that, man. There's a way out of that, and don't be deceived by your feelings. David Arthur, I Belong Ministries, IBelongAmenMinistries.com. IBelongAmenMinistries.com.